Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing a review for Edge of Tomorrow, which is the newest sci-fi movie by Tom Cruise. This movie features Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt, Bill Paxton, and Brendan Gleeson. Um, so yeah, before I begin, I may spoil some things every here and there. So, for those who have yet to watch this movie and are meaning to watch this movie, please stop this video and go watch it, and then come back and well, sorry about that, and come back and watch this video because spoil something for you guys. Sorry about that. So yeah, so as usual, 10 seconds spoiler warning starting now. So yeah, so 10 seconds spoiler warning is over. So for those who have yet to watch this movie and haven't yet, and are still watching this video, please don't comment down below or be messaging me. I never gave you fair warning because I did. Also, I kind of want to talk about you guys just saw me sneeze like 2 seconds ago. I am a tad sick, so tad whatever. I'm a bit sick, so just a little bit. So if I sneeze at any other point in this video, I do apologize, but whatever. Um, not really that sick. Maybe one or two sneezes over here and there, or a cough or whatever. But nothing really new. So yeah. Um, So yeah, Edge of Tomorrow. What did I think of it? As usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rate. So yeah, basically, Edge of Tomorrow is basically Groundhog Day with Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. It's basically that. That's short. Nah, but and all jokes aside, basically you have um Tom Cruise's character who's called Cage, and basically he's in this D-Day type of situation in Germany and France, I believe it was. I believe in the movie it's France. I know historically D-Day does take place in France. Or yeah, France. But I don't know if in the movie it was either Germany or France. I'm not completely sure in that. But it's this D-Day situation where they're basically doing D-Day, only it's the soldiers versus aliens, and basically Tom Cruise kills this one alien called an Alpha, who's a bit different, and basically what happens is that he every time he dies he comes back again about 24 hours before, and he basically relives the day all over again. That's short. And he's basically supposed to kill the Omega, or the alien base, the main alien base or brain. And yeah, that's basically it. He has some help from the people in his barrack or his squad, from Emily Blunt's character, Emily, who's called Rita, who's basically like the top commanding officer, who's also gone through the same experience. And basically, the only way you cannot repeat the day all over again if you're a person is if you get a blood transfusion, which basically kills your chances of reliving again. In short, that's basically what it is without overcomplicating everything. You could either go with that description or the one I said at first, which is Groundhog Day mixed with Call of Duty, or Modern Warfare. Could be, it's basically that too. So yeah, either one, whichever one you prefer. It's all up to you. So yeah. This movie I really didn't have much high expectations. Um, I thought they were gonna reuse a lot of scenes again. It was gonna be very repetitive, and what's repetitive? There's there was notably one scene that they did use a lot, at least 10 times, but it wasn't a huge scene. It was maybe like a 2 or 3 second clip. But I did notice they did use that clip a lot. But again, it was like 5 seconds. But besides that, there's not really much repetitiveness throughout the whole movie. It was actually very fresh. Refreshing, new. It had a lot of witty humor, which is pretty funny to see. A lot of witty humor, and it was very funny to hear and see, and I did enjoy it. So yeah, there are a few times where um, throughout the movie. Very few times where it does get a bit boring, but it really does pick itself up very fast, very quickly. During after those boring times, and even after that, the boring times are about 2 or 3 minutes long. So yeah, the dialogue, the writing is pretty great overall. Um, the action scenes, because this is kind of a war, a, I guess a war sci-fi movie, so it is pretty great. The action scenes are very well done in my opinion, and yeah, I mean they're the characters, they're also very well developed in my opinion. Because I mean, it's kind of funny because you have the situation where you have Tom Cruise's character who's relived the day over and over again. He basically knows what's gonna happen, and he's basically talked to all these different people. And he basically already knows more or less everybody's backstory. But once the day repeats, the other people, they don't know him much, or they don't know anything about him, and it's funny to see how he already knows so much about them but they know nothing about him, which is a pretty awkward situation, but it's very funny. And the majority of the humor does come just out of that alone. So yeah, there is also a lot of emotion, a lot of feeling. You also do feel the chemistry between Cage and Rito, or Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt's character respectively. So yeah, again, really the only bad things that I could cut it out on is there are a few boring times every here and there, but they're really about 2 or 3 minutes each, and after that, it really just picks itself up after that. The writing, again, for the most part, is very well done. A few parts could have been polished, but whatever. Um, the idea, again, I think is refreshing again, even after Groundhog Day. It is refreshing. So yeah, I actually do want to see Groundhog Day after this. So I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I want to see it now in its entirety. Um, so yeah, maybe do a versus matchup between which is better, Edge of Tomorrow, and Groundhog Day. But after I see Groundhog Day, I have to check that one out. But whatever. Um. So yeah. Again, it was just a very refreshing movie, very very cool movie. It was very well done. The acting was decent overall. It was very well done. The acting could have been a bit better at some points, but overall it's very decent acting, very well done acting. The writing was pretty great overall. And yeah, this movie overall was a great movie. Is it the best movie of the year? I don't think so. For me, if I had to do a top 10 list, it'd probably be in the lower parts or an honorable mention. But I think it could hold its own, and I would see it if someone puts it in like a top 10 best movies of this year list or something like that. I would see it as to why they will put it, but for me personally, I don't think it yet. I first off I have to wait till this year ends also. So yeah, but I'm just saying, just putting it out there. But yeah, this summer still has some pretty interesting movies, and this I think has to be the biggest surprise of the whole year. I think that and Amazing Spider-Man 2, but the difference is Amazing Spider-Man 2 was a sort of shocker or surprise because it wasn't that good, and this was the opposite. Because Amazing Spider-Man seemed like it was gonna be very good, and they overhyped it, and then just kind of whatever. And then this one looked like it was gonna be eh. It was a shocker because it was actually pretty great. So yeah, this is a pretty great movie overall. I won't, if you guys like sci-fi, if you guys like Tom Cruise, if you guys like modern warfare, I guess. If you guys like Groundhog Day, I think this is definitely a movie for you guys. Besides that, if you guys are movie lovers, I also recommend you guys check this out. And yeah, that's basically it for now. Oh wait, I almost forget the rate. On a rate from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I give this I'm kind of torn here because I want to give it one score, but then the other score I think makes it seem a bit better. Um, I'm gonna see if let me try to find a middle ground because both scores seem pretty acceptable in my opinion, and I'm kind of torn because I don't think because the two scores I'm thinking of right now, they're both pretty great scores. But I think that if I put one score is gonna have a different stance than if I put it on the other score, and it's gonna be like bad scoring, if you know what I mean. So I'm trying to find a middle ground. Trying to find what would that be, the middle ground. Um, uh, give me a couple seconds. Um, I've been kind of duking it out in my brain, and for whatever reason, I just like froze all of a sudden right now. Brain fart happens sometimes. Sorry about that. Um, so yeah. Um, okay, yeah, I got it. 7.875. I was torn between 7.75 and 8, but I think just go straight down the middle. 7.875. Um, yeah, I believe that's the correct math. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna stick to my gut. 7.875. That's probably one of the most weirdest, most out there rates I've ever given it. But the other two, the 7.75 and 8, just really didn't do it for me. They're both great scores, but kind of iffy in my opinion. So I'm just gonna go split down the middle. 7.875. Sorry for the brain fart. It happens sometimes. I don't know why it just had to happen at this moment. Um, but shit happens. So yeah, that's basically it for now. Um, and yeah, subscribe if not already subscribed. Usually I don't take a long time on the rate, or usually I already have it predetermined, but for whatever reason, it's one of those awkward moments that happens to everybody every here and there. So, forgives on that. But usually, on my channel, I usually do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. So definitely check out those and stay tuned for those. Comment down below on your thoughts on Edge of Tomorrow. Have you seen it? What are your thoughts on it? More than 7.875 or less than 7.875 or just 8.75, or what would you rate Edge of Tomorrow? Um, Besides that, comment down below on your thoughts on like what are your thoughts on Groundhog Day? Do you like it? Do you think this is a rip off of Groundhog Day? So put your thoughts on that down below too as well. And besides that, like this video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off. Yeah.